Welcome to college football mascot imperialism. I put every mascot on this map, and today we're seeing who's the best through a round of imperialism. I hope y'all have your popcorn ready because we've got overtime thrillers, rivalry upsets, and legendary Cinderella stories. But with that, let's go ahead and kick off College Football 27 Mascot Imperialism. If you guys haven't seen an imperialism before, the way that this works is we are gonna spin this wheel to see who's attacking. So for our first official attacker in this imperialism, it's none other than Coastal Carolina, my alumni. But we do need to go to our wheel spin to see what direction my alumni will be attacking. I swear it's not scripted either. It looks like we are going against ECU. Those are our rivals, chat. That is actually insane that is our first launch. So jumping into the action here, Coastal Carolina just scored a touchdown and made it 35-25. And so ECU's getting the ball back down 2 possessions. We'll see if Chauncey can hold him off and make me proud as a graduated alumni. This is a big time 4th and 7. I honestly think if Chauncey gets a stop here, we are chilling. We should be pretty much good, but we do have to get that stop, and it's going to get batted down at the line. With that stop, Coastal Carolina is officially our first successful attacker in this video, and they're claiming all of ECU's land. And there we go. That's what you love to see. Chauncey getting even more land now. And this is what our new map looks like. Just like that. And we are spinning for our next attacker. Who wants to attack second in our mascot imperialism? It looks like we're going to be in the L's, and it's going to be none other than Louisville. So we'll see what direction they want to attack, and it looks like they're going west, meaning they've got the reigning national champions. But here we go. We got Louis versus Hoosier. Let's see if the reigning national championships can win. Hoosier's going to have to try to drill this field goal. This is a 55-yard kick, and this thing's got plenty of distance, but he misses it to the right. How do you choke that? You are the reigning national champions and you're missing 55-yard field goals? We'll see if Louisville can actually end up delivering the kick that Indiana wishes they could. Does Louis have the leg? It's slowed down because it's ice. This one looks like it's going down the middle, but this one's no good too. So now Indiana's starting at the 46-yard line with 17 seconds left, 1 timeout, and a chance to claim all of the land. It's a 61-yard kick, and this one is finally gonna be good. So Indiana does officially win, and we have to go ahead and make the changes on our map now. So now let's go ahead and see what team is going to head on the attack next. It looks like we're in this U's, and it's going to be ULM. Let's see which direction ULM will be attacking. Looks like they want to see Lane Kiffin in action down in Baton Rouge. It looks like ULM currently has the ball at their own 23-yard line, but we'll see what the Warhawks do. They have to pick up the first down here. He's going to find a man, but it's going to get batted down. So just like that, LSU can now go ahead and take a knee, and they are officially surviving the attack and claiming all of ULM's land. And we are painting their land purple. An ugly color, but they did win it fair and square. So now it's time to go to our wheel to see who's attacking next. It looks like we are in the B's. No, we're going to go to Auburn, but we will go ahead and spin this arrow to see which direction they attack in. And it looks like they're calling their shot at Georgia. And no, I think they're actually just barely going to miss. If you guys take a look at the actual arrow, it's slightly pointed to the north. So I think they're going to be playing Georgia Tech. All right, so Auburn, it looks like, took care of business, beating Georgia Tech 17-14, and with a knee on first down. That means that they actually shocked the Bumblebees, and they're taking all of their land. But I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, because that just means that they share even bigger of a border with Georgia. Let's go ahead and see if we're going to move over to the West Coast. We've kind of stayed in the South this entire time. And with that, we're actually just going to the Northeast with Navy. So we have 4 schools that could be at risk of being attacked. It's all going to decide on this arrow, and it looks like they want to call out Delaware. So we've got Bill versus UD. Delaware does officially stay alive, and they get to claim all of Navy's land now. Okay, so now that I officially moved Navy from the wheel spin, we're going to spin it one more time, and it looks like Vanderbilt is now going on the attack. Vanderbilt is going to be right in the action of all of the powerhouse teams. We'll see who they think they have the best shot at beating with this arrow right here, and it looks like they're going to be trying to go southwest. That's going to be clearly Memphis. Memphis is slowly starting to run away with this. The Commodores don't have any answers, and Memphis easily holds off the attack from Vanderbilt. With a score of 31-13, Memphis is expanding to even more land. Now let's see who we got attacking next. I can't even read the letters on this one. I don't know why it chose a blue screen, but maybe it was predicting the future because we've got Florida going on the attack. It would be really cool to see a Florida-Georgia rivalry, but once again, it comes down to the arrow spin. And it looks like that's exactly what we're getting, though, as we've got Georgia as the home team trying to fend off an attack from Florida. We'll see who wins this, Harry Dog or Albert. Let's jump into the action as we have Florida in a 4th and 13 from the 41-yard line. They are currently up by 5 points. So if they drill this kick that they're about to line up for, then Georgia will have to score a touchdown plus get a 2-point conversion to try to win. Albert does drill the field goal, meaning that now Georgia's got to score 8 points to just tie the game and go to OT. We'll see what you guys end up doing. He takes the snap. He's gonna have a man wide open. Now they're in the red zone to the 9-yard line. All right, Harry Dog takes the snap. Albert sends some pressure, and he does get hands on it, but it is going to get batted down and dropped. Harry Dog takes the snap. He's got plenty of room to run if he can get outside the pocket, and Florida bats down the pass, meaning they have officially held off Georgia, and they'll be claiming a ton of land in the South now. You do have all of Georgia being blue. If Wyoming didn't start with as much land as they did, the most land on the map would probably be Florida at this point. And we're gonna go ahead and spin this wheel for our next attacker. We're gonna be in the M's, and it looks like Marshall's gonna have a chance to go on the attack now. Let's go ahead and see who they think they can take down. They're gonna be going south, and that actually means that they will be facing Kentucky. We got Marco versus Wildcat. Kentucky does have the ball. They are going to be on the goal line, potentially tying this thing up late. Wildcat's going to take the snap. It looks like he has a favorable matchup, but Marco's going to bat it down. Looks like Kentucky is going to opt to go for the field goal, meaning their defense has to come in clutch and finally stop Marco, or they're going to be out of this Imperialism. All right, Marco takes the snap. He is going to get met in the backfield, though. So it is now 4th and 5. Marco got to punt this ball back, and it looks like this is going to be a perfect punt, pinning the Wildcats down at their own 8-yard line. Kentucky waiting for his men to get downfield. He's going to launch up a prayer, and it's going to be incomplete, officially meaning that Marshall has taken down the SEC school and claimed all of its land. You can see how much it means to them, but they officially win 17-13. With that, Marshall has now claimed even more land on this map. They're up there with Indiana, Virginia Tech, and maybe even Florida with the land. So we have 110 teams now, and it's time to see which is going to be in contention of not being one of our top 109. And y'all's favorite team to root against is Colorado. I don't even know who Coach Prime thinks he can beat. I've got Colorado losing this no matter who they play, and it looks like they're going northeast for an in-state rivalry between Colorado State and Colorado. If you're not rooting for the Rams, then I don't know who you're rooting for. We're gonna go ahead and jump this thing into slow with 4 minutes left. Colorado is on the 28-yard line. I mean, best case scenario, Colorado misses this kick, but it's right down the center. They're gonna drill it. I'm low-key rooting for the Buffs. Why? Why would you root for the Buffs? Has Smokey played? Smokey has not played. Vanderbilt almost attacked there. They did it. What are you doing? Cam the Ram just fumbled the kickoff, and now Colorado has the ball back at the 15-yard line. We've already seen a few missed field goals in this Mascot Imperialism. Will Chip be the third? Colorado State did decide to ice them with a kick, but this one is going to have a ton of power, and it's going to go right through. All right, Cam, you got to get at least 19 yards here. He's buying some time. It looks like they're going to try to go deep. He's just going to throw it straight to Chip. And sadly, with that batted down pass, all Colorado has to do is take a knee, and Colorado has claimed all of Colorado State's land. And now Colorado only shares the state of Colorado with Air Force. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel to see who our next attacking team is.
It is going to be in the V's. It's Virginia Tech. We got to go ahead and spin our arrow to see which direction they feel most comfortable attacking. And it looks like they're going southeast, meaning they will be playing the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. This game is finally starting to see some action, but I think Wake Forest is out of our mascot imperialism. We are now officially saying see you later to Wake Forest. Now it's time to decide who is going to be our next attacking team. This wheel decides it all. It's the all-powerful wheel, and it wants to stay in the U's, and it's bringing up USF, meaning we're going back to the state of Florida, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and spin our arrow to see which direction they want to go to, and they say forget all the other Southern teams. Let's go against Florida right now. So we got Rocky versus Albert. USF is officially done. They're hugging it out because they know that they have some of the most land on our map now. And there we go. Florida has officially gained some more land. And now we got to spin for our next attacker. We'll see which letter wants to come up clutch. It looks like we're going right back to Colorado. We're going out west, and hopefully, you know, as a hate watcher, I hope Colorado loses. We'll see what Dion wants to actually go, and it looks like he wants to call shots at the Mormons. We got Colorado trying to invade Utah. Utah being BYU, by the way. Jumping into the action, we officially have a tied game. I told y'all earlier, and you guys can go back in the stream and mark my words. I said, just wait. Deion Sanders is going to have plenty more opportunities to choke. And what are we about to witness? We're about to witness a Colorado choke fest. All right, Chip, what do you do here? Gonna hand the ball off? And it is now 4th and 10. We're going to see Colorado try to kick a field goal. We've seen a lot of missed field goals here. I'm just trying to put an announcer curse, some spectator curse. My hands are out, so I'm not rigging it. I just hope that this misses, and they drill it. It is time to see what Cosmo can do. You know they got to go deep. You can't risk getting tackled in field. He's going to go and get sacked. But now I do have to get this ugly gold color. We will see who's next at risk of elimination. It looks like we're going into the S's, the R's, and we're going to the state of Texas for Rice. We are going to have to decide with the arrow spin, and it looks like they are gonna be going southwest. I think that is UTSA though. Sammy versus Rowdy, who y'all got in this one? Mascot mashup does not disappoint. All the action basically comes in the 4th quarter, where you have crazy leads getting demolished, and look, Rice just came back and now they're beating UTSA. There's now 15 seconds left. They're kicking a field goal from the 8-yard line. You should have drained the clock to like 1 second. But we'll see what they end up doing. This kick is going to be up, and it is good. So now UTSA takes the 2-point lead. All right, Rice, it all comes down to this. You got to get all the yards. They're going to throw it to around midfield instead, and it doesn't work out. Rice has officially been eliminated from our imperialism, and UTSA is now taking over all of their land. Now it is time to spin our wheel. Who is just barely gonna miss out on the top 100? We're in the M's, and we're going back down to Florida for Miami. We gotta spin this wheel, this arrow, to see who they're going to be attacking. And it looks like they want the easy way out as they try to go for FIU. All right, so we officially have our first ever overtime game in college football 27 Mascot Imperialism. They're going ahead and breaking down the rules, but I'm fingers crossed that FIU can pull off this comeback. So since it is OT, remember, both teams do get the opportunity to try and score, but Sebastian only needs one play, I guess. Are you kidding me? He's hitting the Heisman pose after that too. Hey, that's a big time touchdown right now. So Miami does officially kick the extra point, meaning it's now in the hands of FIU. If they don't score a touchdown here, they will be eliminated and they will lose all of the land that they have claimed. That rush goes nowhere. 2nd and 10 now from the 25-yard line. All right, Rory takes the snap. He's got a man over the middle. That's going to bring them down to the 4-yard line. They do pick up the first down. It's 1st and goal. They've got 3 more opportunities to score here. He's doing the take the L dance while down in OT, but he's going to find a man. So he knew he was going to be wide open. Now, do they go for 2 or do they just play it safe and kick a field goal? I'd go for 2 at this point. I think I said it enough. I'd risk it if I am the underdog. We'll see what they decide to do, though. That Pitbull Stadium is bumping. All right, it looks like they have opted to go ahead and just kick the field goal. Whatever. That is going to bring our score to 42-42, but now FIU has to stay on offense because they now have to score, and if they score a touchdown again, then they have to go for a 2-point conversion. Let's see what they can end up doing. They're gonna fake the handoff, find a wide open wide receiver, and now this time FIU only needs 1 play to score. So now what does FIU cook on the 2-point conversion? I really hope that it's not some stupid play. He's doing the take the L dance again, so I mean, he's got to know something, right? Gonna take the snap. They're just gonna hand the ball off, and it's wide open right down the middle for the 2-point conversion. You've got the Sebastian quarterback dancing as well. We'll see what ends up happening, though. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got a wide open Sebastian. It's not going to take them long to score at all. All right, so now we have an empty backfield. There are 5 wide receivers out there. Will one be able to get open? Sebastian buying the time in the pocket, but it's going to get batted down at the line. He's going to throw it into the turf. So now there are 3 more chances for him. Sebastian, he's going to find a man on a drag, and the FIU player practically carries him into the end zone. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. You have to assume that they're going to try maybe a tush push on 3rd and goal. What do? They've got a man in motion. They will hand the ball off, and he gets in. So now it comes down to the 2-point conversion, and if they score there, then we just keep on going through OTs. I honestly don't even know if Miami's gonna pull it off. Imagine they choke the 2-point conversion to lose. I'd love it. I'd love to see it. They know he's passing, so do they send some pressure? It looks like they do, but Sebastian finds Sebastian to score. So now they're going to alternate 2-point conversions. They're gonna go with a screen. And Miami misses their first attempt. That means that if FIU can convert here, they will officially pull off the upset. All right, Rory, make it happen. They're gonna go with the end around. It's gonna get blown up, but he uses the speed, gets around the edge, and FIU takes down the U. Bro, let's go. I am so glad we get to see Miami eliminated. We do have to go make the changes on the map. It's not a ton of land that FIU's taken over, but it's a bit. We are down to, I believe, 104 teams now. We're almost to the top 100. And our next attacking team, we're staying in the state of Texas. We're going to TCU. We do need to go ahead and spin this directional arrow to see which team they feel like they have the best chance to attack and win. And it looks like they're actually going to be facing New Mexico. Super Frog versus Lobo Louie. Let's go ahead and see who wins. In the 4th quarter, it is 30-15, but it's too little, too late for the Horned Frogs, as New Mexico Lobos are gonna be eliminating them. And we are painting it red. So we're slowly getting closer to the top 100. Let me know if your team's still in it, who you're rooting for. But our next team that's going to be attacking is Nevada. Let's go ahead and spin our arrow to see which direction it will end up going. And sadly, they're pulling the Ducks. We got Alfie versus the Duck. He's got plenty of room to run. He's not going to, and it's going to get dropped. Alfie has taken down the favorites of the Imperialism. When we go over to Oregon's land, it is now no more. We'll see who our next to attack is. We're in the W's. We almost got to see Big Red, but instead we've got West Virginia heading on the attack. We're gonna go ahead and determine who they play based off of this wheel spin, and it looks like they got the perfect wheel spin to go against Marshall. We got the Mountaineer versus Marco. So this is actually one of the few non-animal mascots in this tournament. Maybe one lead is safe though. 45-14 is going to be your final score. Marco and Marshall stay alive, and they take down one of the humans in the tournament. I don't know if this is really good for Marshall fans, though. I think they're bordering 10 teams now. This is the final wheel spin. These 2 teams are in contention of not making the top 100. Liberty is going to be the away team. We'll go ahead and see what direction they want to end up going with the arrow spin. and it looks like this thing's gonna head north, so that means they're playing Virginia. So either Virginia or Liberty will not be included in our top 100. We had a string of close games, but it looks like these teams are just dominating now. That means that Liberty and Jamie Chadwell fell just short. Virginia is claiming that land. So just like that, this is what our new map looks like. And it looks like our next attacking team is going to be Colorado again. This is the third time they have gone on the attack. Let's go ahead and see which direction they want to go in. I'm praying on their downfall. They are going to go east, and that means that they are going to be facing none other than Air Force. We are going to jump into the action. Colorado has the ball. Down 4 points. 4th and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Chip's going to take the snap. He's going to go deep. All they got to do is bat this ball down and Chip's going to score a touchdown. They still have a chance to make a comeback. He's going to take the snap. Got a lot of time for players to get downfield, but Chip is going to pick it off. That is the one thing you did not want to happen, as he throws it straight to Colorado to completely sell. Colorado, with that, can now just take a knee, and they officially own all of the state of Colorado. So Air Force, they at least made it to the top 100, but they are no longer in the running for our top mascot, as this is what our new map looks like. Our next attacking team, it was so close to Alabama, but we're going up to Ohio with Akron. We're gonna go with our arrow spin, and it looks like they are going north, so that means Zippy versus Rock. But the Panthers just dominate, and it's easy. They're brushing it off their shoulder, 29-12, and we're painting part of Ohio blue. Our next attacking team is actually going to be Purdue. We got to go ahead and see what team do they think they're most confident in beating. And they think Ball State, which is fair. I'd probably go with Ball State too. You got Purdue, Pete, versus Charlie. We're gonna jump into the action here. Ball State's quarterback taking the L while down 10 points and about to lose is one of the most criminal things I've seen, but it does seem to work, as Ball State does get into the end zone. So now they're only down by 4 points. They'll more than likely kick the extra point, and then it all comes down to an onside kick. Here we go. Purdue does officially catch it. Does he fumble though? He does not. So with that, Purdue can now officially seal Ball State's land. So going right back into the action, it looks like our next attacking team, we're in the A's. It's going to be Arkansas State this time. I don't even know who you want to roll here. I would love to see Big Red compete, but he is not going to, as that is going to be Arkansas. We've got Howell versus Big Red. We'll go ahead and jump into the action. Would they go for it on 4th and 10? I don't know if the CPU has that logic. They're going to get tackled in the backfield, meaning that they got to rush the kicking team out. Arkansas might get saved by the bell. 6-5, 4-3. The kick will be up, and the kick will be good, meaning we've got OT, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Arkansas won the toss, and they are choosing to defend first. We'll see if he can actually drill this one. He does. So now it's 4th and 11. It looks like these teams are going to try to go into double OT. Arkansas would have to drill their kick. Does Big Red have 99 clutch? This kick is up, and I think it's dead center. It is. So now double OT. So it looks like Arkansas is opting to try another field goal. Arkansas State is just waiting to see what happens. This kick is going to be good, meaning Arkansas State now opens the door to potentially score if they score a touchdown. Sending a wide receiver in motion. They're going to give the ball to the wide receiver. They are officially going to pick up the first down. Will that first down help them win this game? It does. It opens up the running lane, and Howell makes himself into the end zone officially, taking down their in-state rivals. And honestly, I feel like we're all thinking this is an upset. We are going to be painting Arkansas red, so not a lot changes, you know. It's still an Arkansas team. It's still an Arkansas team that's red. But who will be our next attacking team? We're spinning the wheel. It looks like we're at the middle of the alphabet almost, and we've got Temple. So we're going back to the northeast. We'll go ahead and spin this wheel spin to see where we're going, and we're going to be seeing Rutgers try to fend off Temple. Temple is going to take down the Scarlet Knights and claim all of their land in the process. But our next team attacking is going to be Boise State. So we don't get to see the ugly blue field, but they will be going on the attack. Let's go ahead, spin the arrow to see where they are landing. And it looks like they want to go to none other than Nevada. Jumping into the action here, it is currently 19-17. Nevada has the ball down 2 points. We'll see what they can do with it. They have all 3 timeouts. It looks like this quarterback has room to run, but he's only going to pick up 5 yards there instead of throwing it. So that brings up 4th and 5. Will they be able to drill the 65-yard kick? The kick is up. It looks down the middle. It's got the distance, but no! They miss it. So Boise stays alive 19-17. They have 34 wins with this series. And now they're claiming some land on this map. And it's time to already find our next attacker. Looks like we are going to be in the ends. It's NC State. This wheel spin will decide the direction, and that's actually Duke, so Coastal avoids the attack completely. I feel like you gotta root for the Blue Devils in this one. So now it is 3rd and 9. They do choose to hand the ball off again, and NC State is going to get the ball back. Duke needs to somehow get a stop. The ball was officially placed. 8 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4. They're gonna have one more play to try to get it done. They have to get the snap off. They do. Time has expired, and they are gonna score a touchdown. But will she make the kick? That's a whole nother question. The kick is good, and that means another OT game. Empty backfield here for Duke. Gonna take the snap. Pump fake. He's got a man, and that man will find himself into the end zone, putting a lot of pressure on NC State. It comes down to this, and I think that they're gonna choke. That's my bold prediction. She takes the snap. Duke sending the pressure, and she's gonna catch it for the touchdown. Will Miss Wolf wait until the last second again to score? It looks like there's a wide open gap, and she does punch her way in now. Miss Wolf takes the snap, has the halfback wide open, and it is going to get batted down by a Blue Devil. Empty backfield. You know they're passing, but does that mean that NC State's going to send some pressure? Takes the snap. NC State only sends 3, and they are going to throw and bat it down, meaning Miss Wolf has pulled off the upset, the comeback, and she is claiming even more land on our Imperialism map. I hope you got your popcorn, because the next team attacking is going to be Ohio State. Obviously, I think you want one of the lower tier schools, even though they're on 99 overall, and they're gonna do exactly that, chicken out and go Bowling Green. So we got Brutus versus Freddy. Bowling Green out of nowhere started on their attack. If Ohio State doesn't do something quickly, it's all gonna be over. And Bowling Green somehow comes away with it. But just like that, the Buckeyes are now eliminated from college football 27 Mascot Imperialism. Now we can go ahead and spin for our next round of attackers. It looks like we are at the end of the alphabet, and it's going to be none other than Wyoming. We're spinning this arrow to see which direction they attack in, and it looks like they're going south for Colorado. We finally get to see Pistol Pete going against Chip. We're going to jump into the action as our score currently stands 21-13. Wyoming is on Colorado's 9-yard line though. So Wyoming wants to go ahead and get it done now. It's 4th and 5. They got to try to score here, at least get 5 yards. The quarterback is going to step up in the pocket, and he finds himself in the end zone. Looks like Pistol Pete has decided that he wants to go for 2 now. What will happen? Will Chip get the stop that he's looking for? Pistol Pete, a lot of time in the pocket. It is going to be incomplete. So as expected, we see them take a knee, and now it's time to change up our Photoshop map even more. So now as we say goodbye to Wyoming, Colorado now has a big chunk of land in the center of our map. And now let's go ahead and see what teams are going to be fighting to stay in our top 90. We are down to 91 teams left. Our next attacking team is going to be none other than Scrappy with North Texas. So Scrappy has a few options to go with. He's got SMU to his right. On top of him, he's got Oklahoma. To his left, he's got Pistol Pete, I believe, with Texas Tech. And then if he goes south, he's actually going to be facing New Mexico. This is going to be very interesting. I personally love Scrappy. He's a W mascot, W team with North Texas, but they are going to be attacking Northwest, and that means that they are going to land on Texas Tech. We're rounding the minute mark left in this game. Will Texas Tech have what it takes to move on? They're going to stop the clock by running out of bounds after picking up 4 yards on first down, bringing up 2nd and 6. Texas Tech takes the snap. He's got a wide receiver wide open. He's going to find him. There we go. We officially see our first timeout taken by Texas Tech. It is now officially 1st and goal. Will they be able to score a touchdown and put all of the pressure on to North Texas? Let's see what the Red Raiders got. He's going to take the snap, fake the handoff, go to the end zone, and this one's going to get batted down by Scrappy. If this is a time where you want to see defense being played, it is right now for North Texas fans. Raider Red takes the snap. He's got a man cross the field, but he's going to have to opt to throw it through the back of the end zone. 3rd and goal now. They got 2 more opportunities at this one. Red Raiders line up. What will happen? Scrappy sending the pressure. He senses it. He moves around in the pocket, and he's going to find a man in double coverage, but he holds on for the touchdown. That's going to bring our score to 35-31, bearing the extra point. And so now all the pressure is on North Texas with all 3 timeouts. Let's see what Texas Tech's defense will be able to do. Scrappy gets this ball with 40 seconds left, opting to return the kick. It's not a smart one as he's going to start at the 16-yard line. He does have all 3 timeouts. We'll see if he decides to use them wisely. Let's go ahead and see. Scrappy takes the pass. He's going to send some pressure, and the Raider Red is going to get his first sack of the game. No better time than now to get it. The Scrappy on the sidelines pitching a fit, but they still opt to not use one of their 3 timeouts. Scrappy takes the snap. He's got to go deep. He's testing the defense. He's got a man wide open, and that is going to be a 91-yard touchdown. Oh my. They didn't even need to use their timeouts. All they had to do was yuck it deep. And Texas Tech gives up the score. 91 yards. This thing was launched through the air. Absolute cinema. Who would have expected it from the young boy in Scrappy? Let's go ahead and see what happens. Texas Tech, you don't get many opportunities of a redo. He's gonna throw it. It's gonna be incomplete. And with that, Scrappy stays alive off a last second 91-yard touchdown to take down Texas Tech. Let's spin the attacking wheel. It looks like we're gonna be in the eyes, and it's gonna be our reigning national champions, Indiana. We're gonna go ahead and spin this arrow though to see which direction they're gonna attack. They want to go straight up north, meaning Northwestern hosting a game now. Hoosier versus Willie. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the action because it looks like we have a close one. Hoosier, will he find the end zone here? He's got to scramble around the pocket. He's got plenty of running room. Will he do it himself? He's got the first down, but he's going to fall just short at the 2-yard line. Let's see what they do. He's got that clutch gene in him like Fernando Mendoza. He takes the snap. He's going to find a man, but it's going to get batted down. And just like that, your reigning national champions are out. Northwestern holds on 25-20, and they now claim all of Indiana's land. This is what our new map is looking like. Indiana is our first team out of the top 90. We can go ahead and spin for our next attacker. Where on the map will it take us? It looks like we're going to Nebraska. The Cornhuskers will be on the move next. We're spinning this random arrow wheel spin. They're going south, and that means that we are going to see Nebraska take on Kansas State. We got Herbie versus Willie. Takes the snap, drops back. He's got a man in the end zone for the touchdown. If Nebraska can somehow recover, they got 1 timeout to work with. They're going to go ahead and kick it, but Kansas State's hands team is going to hold on. And with that, they're going to take a knee and eliminate the Cornhuskers from our map. That is now turning purple. This is what our updated map looks like. Let's go ahead and get our next attacker. It's a brand new day, brand new wheel spin. What are we gonna see? It looks like Stanford's gonna be attacking. Let's go ahead and spin our arrow to see which direction they want to attack. That's gonna hit San Jose State, meaning San Jose State's got the home field advantage, and Stanford will be the attacking team trying to stay alive. So jumping into the action, Stanford is trailing by a field goal, but they're about to tie up this game. If this kick is good, Will they let it go to the 2-minute warning first? No, I couldn't even see if they made it. Stanford did officially make the kick out of the 2-minute warning. Sammy lines up to kick a last-second game-winning field goal. This kick is up, and it is good, officially eliminating Stanford from College Football 27 Mascot Imperialism. Stanford is officially eliminated. We're spinning for a new attacker. It looks like we might be in the middle of the alphabet. No, we're going with Delaware. We're gonna go ahead and spin that and see. It looks like they feel best going against ODU, so ODU's gotta defend their house. So we got Big Blue versus UD. Delaware's gotta make something happen if they wanna stay in this imperialism, but it looks like Old Dominion is continuing their domination and eliminating UD. This is what our new map is looking like. Let's go ahead and spin for our next attacking team, though. They do not want to have the same fate as Delaware, and it looks like we are going to the state of Iowa. We got the Cyclones. We're going to be spinning the arrow to see which direction they want to go, and it looks like they want to avoid Iowa altogether, and they are choosing to go against Kansas State. We got Cy versus Willie. We're going to go ahead and jump into this, and Cy, for some reason, is going to go ahead and just punch in the touchdown. With that, that officially means that Kansas State is losing all of their land on our map. Let's go ahead and spin for our next attacker, though, and it looks like it is going to land on Southern Miss. They want to avoid Alabama, so that means they'll be actually facing South Alabama. You got Southern Miss with Seymour taking on Southpaw. South Alabama has a 2-possession lead. Make that a 3-possession. So Southpaw is happy to take care of business. They are now taking over all of Southern Miss's land. Who is going to be the next team attacking, though? The wheel is currently spinning, and it looks like it is going to be New Mexico. So the Lobos, who have already won today, I believe they beat TCU. We're gonna go ahead and spin our directional arrow to see which team they want to attack. And it looks like they want to go for glory and try to have the most land on our map as they go to Colorado. We got Lobo Louie versus Chip. What will the Louies do? Louie takes the snap. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to be moving. He's going to take off. That is a first down. They're now officially in Colorado territory. Will Louis be able to tie up this game now? Going to set some pressure. He's going to find an open Louis off the slant, though, meaning that our score is now level. This is going to be a 63-yard kick if it's good. New Mexico is hoping for some win. Remember, they are playing in Colorado. This one's not going to be good, though. It's going to be wide to the right, meaning we are officially going to OT. It looks like New Mexico is going to be kicking off our overtime. All right, Louis, what do you want to do? He's going to find his wide receiver on a slant, the same exact play that got them to tie the game to force OT. Empty backfield for Chip the QB. Gonna take the snap. He's got to get at least 4 yards. He's gonna find, even better, a Chip in the end zone, meaning we're going to double OT now. Will Chip clutch up here? The kick is up. It's slowed down. It looks like it's going through the middle, and it is good. Got a lot of 89s out there. One of them is hoping to be in the end zone with the ball. They're going to go with a rush. Wide open. He hurdles a player and punches it in for the score. New Mexico has now claimed all of your land. We'll see what ends up happening. We're spinning our attacking wheel, and it looks like it is actually going to be Virginia Tech that's going to be competing next, and it looks like they want to go for Marshall's land. We got Hokie Bird facing Marco. This game is officially over. Marshall hangs on against the Hokies 27-21. They keep all of their land, and just like I expected, that gizzard just got in the way. Let's go ahead and spin for our next attacker. We've got 81 teams left, but our next team at risk of elimination is going to be the Utes. Time to see what direction they opt to go in for. New Mexico has been powerful. They do not want them, but the arrow spins there, so that's who they will be attacking. I don't know what ended up happening, but Utah actually shocks New Mexico. Utah takes down the Lobos 26-14. So this is what our new map looks like. Let's spin for our next attacking team now, and it looks like we're at the end of the alphabet going with UTEP. It looks like they're going south. That would put them in the ocean, so we gotta spin again. This time, they're gonna go to the ocean again. Listen, I hate to break it to you, UTEP, but you gotta fight somebody. That is going to put them to the north East, and that means that they will be facing Utah. Will Pete drain this kick to put the pressure on Utah? It is up and it is good. This is for the most land on our map. They're gonna have to try for a Hail Mary now. 5 seconds, 4, 3, they gotta get the snap off. They do. They're gonna be trying to go to the end zone, buying the time. It comes down to this. They're gonna be at the 10-yard line, and it is gonna be dropped, meaning UTEP has claimed all of Utah's land. So now UTEP divides the state in basically half. We're slowly making some progress. We're almost halfway from where we started with. And next up, we've got Maryland. I know that they do not want to roll Marco because he's been on a roll during this imperialism. So instead, they're opting to attack Penn State. But Maryland is going to hold on. Despite Penn State actually scoring a touchdown at the end there, they were still able to win this game, claiming all of Penn State's land now. 78 teams left. Who will be attacking first? Who has seen the action and wants to dive right into it? Iowa State. I hope that they face UTEP. I want a showdown of the massive lands. It looks like they do want the smoke. We got Cy versus Pater Pete. UTEP, you just earned the land, but it's being taken away from you just like that. And that division of the map gets even bigger, as you guys can see. Which mascots want a piece of the action? It looks like we're going back to Old Dominion. We just saw them attack earlier. They actually fended off Delaware. But now, they could face my Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They could face JMU, Virginia, Maryland, or Temple. I'm hoping it's not Coastal. It is not going to be, as they go northeast a bit. As you guys can see, if we go to this portion, they will officially face Temple. But we've got Hooter T taking on Big Blue. It looks like Old Dominion is gonna be the team starting out with the football in this one. They drive down, settle for a field goal. Temple scores a touchdown. Old Dominion trailing now. They need to make something happen. It is 14-3, 21-13, 28-13. They need to stay alive. It is a 2-possession game. We'll only jump into it if it becomes a 1-possession. It's too little, too late for ODU, as Temple and Hooter T stay alive. So there you have it. Our new look at the map. Looks like we've got Louisiana Tech attacking. It looks like they want all the smoke, as they are actually going to face SMU. We got Champ versus Peruna. We're going to jump into the action. Take the snap. They got to pass the ball. Got a man over the middle, but they have to play the sideline. That makes him take too long, and Champ is gonna get his second sack of the game. They gotta get to the line quickly now. 9 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Will they be able to get it off? 3, 2. I think that sack solidified it, and with that, Louisiana Tech is claiming all of SMU's land. Let's go ahead and drop it a bit more. Our next attacking team is gonna be in the W's. It's going to be Washington. So we gotta go to the very corner of our map. There's only 3 options that they can take. They've got Oregon State. They've got Boise State if they want to gain a lot of land, or they've got their rivals Washington State if they go to the east. And it looks like they will be attacking. I think that's very much on the border, but I am going to go ahead and say that that is Washington State. We're going to go ahead and jump into the action. They're going for a field goal. Why would you not just sky punt this one out of bounds? Maybe the computer knows more than me. Maybe they want to make it seem like it wasn't that close of a game, but that field goal is good. And with that kick, we officially have the Huskies taking over Washington State's land. But let's go ahead and let the creepy mascots take over a bit more. I mean, this is like the definition of a furry getting more land on our map, but who am I to judge? Because they are good at playing football, apparently. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe they decide to attack again. It's not going to be them, though. It's going to be Kennesaw State. We will spin the directional wheel to see which direction they're attacking, and he does spin Albert. So we've got Florida in Gainesville. It is now a 3-possession game, and I think Albert did just enough to hold off the Owls. This is the updated map. Who will be our next attacker? It's gonna be in the M's, and it's gonna be Mississippi State. And it looks like they're taking on Lane Kiffin. Bully versus Mike. Will Lane Kiffin be eliminated?
Goodbye, Mike. Mississippi State takes care of business. LSU is eliminated. Goodbye, LSU. Might as well spin for our next attacking team. Who wants a piece of the action? We're at the beginning of the alphabet. It's gonna be Boston College. Time to see where they go. You can't go north. Sorry, no teams in Canada willing to play in college football. Once again, no Canada teams. They don't want to attack at all. They want that passive strategy, but we're going to keep on spinning until they find a team to attack. I'm surprised they haven't just chosen one at this point. It keeps on going north. That's the randomness of it. Just keep on spinning. Keep on spinning. That's into the ocean. And that is actually gonna be south, so it looks like Boston College will be facing UConn. We got Baldwin versus Jonathan. UConn had a shot there, but it's too little, too late. Boston College stays alive. They have the best position on the map, and now they just claimed a little bit more land. There we go. UConn is eliminated now, despite their colors being used for the same school. Going right back to the spin. You guys get the memo by now. Our next team attacking is going to be Toledo. I don't know what direction they'll want to go, who they're trying to land on, but that is going to go southeast, meaning they will be playing Bowling Green, trying to take over Ohio State's land. We got Rocky versus Freddie. They're up 20-3, and that's actually gonna be our final score of the Battle of I-75. Toledo stays alive, and now they get to claim all of Bowling Green's land. We're spinning to take it down even more. Remember, we ain't stopping till we get to one left. And our next attacking team, we're staying in the state of Michigan. It's gonna be Western Michigan. It's time to see what direction Western Michigan wants to attack, though. They are gonna try to go to the west. It's not gonna count, though. And actually, I think that does clip Notre Dame. Y'all see that portion of blue right there? We're gonna see the Fighting Irish take the field for the first time in Mascot Imperialism. Remember, they're one of the few teams that doesn't have an animal as a mascot. We'll see if that ends up helping them out against, what are they, the Broncos? Is it the Western Michigan Broncos? We're gonna jump into this. Buster takes the snap. He's gonna make the pitch, but the Leprechauns hold on the goal line. And with Western Michigan not having any of their timeouts left, that means that they're gonna have to recover an onside kick. This ball is up. A Leprechaun's gonna grab it with one hand. Will he hold on to the tackle? He will. That is going to be official, though. They take the knee, and they're taking all of Western Michigan's land in the process. What portion of the U.S. are we moving to? It looks like we got Ohio, not Ohio State, because they're already out. Which team do they think they have the best shot at beating, though? Looks like they want to take on Marco. Rufus versus Marco. Marco's got to do something quick. Oh, they're actually going to opt to go for a field goal now. I guess that is pretty smart. You're going to kick the field goal now. As long as it is good, it is. Now they still get the chance to recover the onside kick. Will Marco recover the onside kick? This one goes past the 50, but the Bobcats recover. And Marco and Marshall are officially out of Imperialism. So Ohio moves on. They now have the most land on the Northeast. Let's spin to see who is attacking. Ohio just had a successful attack, so maybe that triggers some more people to go. We're going to be seeing Syracuse, so we're staying in the northeast of our map. We got to determine what direction they will go with the arrow spin, and it looks like they want to go to the west, meaning they are going to be playing Buffalo. We're actually going to be jumping into this one. They got to at least get 12 yards here. They got 18 seconds left on the clock. I don't know why they're taking time to snap this football. Otto sending some pressure. You cannot take a sack, but you also can't have an incomplete pass. And with that, Otto is going to be able to go down on his knees and claim all of Buffalo's land. And that is what Syracuse's land looks like. Who will be our 67th team eliminated? There's honestly no telling, but one team that's at risk of that is South Carolina. And it looks like they're playing Coastal. We've got Cocky versus Chauncey. We're gonna jump into the action. Looks like they're lined up to kick the field goal. They're staring into the student section, so hopefully I'm in there trying to distract the kicker. This kick is up, and it will be good. So that is official. We're going to OT, where hopefully Chauncey can make it cook. All Chauncey's gotta do is power this one in. The Gamecocks have loaded up the box.
Come on, Chauncey. Gonna drop back to pass, actually. And the trickery is gonna work. And Chauncey finds himself into the end zone. Come on, Chauncey. You gotta get a stop here. Sending some pressure. There's plenty of time in the pocket. Cocky is going to scramble right up the middle, and he is going to be in for the score, though. So now we're going to double OT. South Carolina takes the snap. They opt to go for the run again, and the speed is just going to be too much to get into the end zone. Crazy formation here. We got 4 wide receivers on the left side, and Cocky's going to take it directly and go right down the middle to score. Chauncey takes the snap. It comes down to this. He's going to lob it up. And that's going to be Moss for a touchdown. Take that, Cocky. Got to lock in for the 2-point conversion, though. Why does it look like South Carolina has way too many guys on the field? I think we need to go back and count. I saw at least 20 Gamecocks out there, but Cocky gets it done. So we are now painting South Carolina maroon. Just like that. This is now what our map looks like. Let's go ahead and see who is going to be in contention of being our 66th best team, though. And it looks like we're going up to the north to see Army take the field. Who do they think they had the best chance to beat? They want Boston College. We've got Blackjack versus Baldwin. They have to try to come back because it is now 31-17, but I think it's going to be too little too late for Army as Boston College knocks them off, successfully defends their attack. But this is what the map looks like now, y'all. We are going once again. What team is going to be attacking next, and will they go for a big chunk of land? We're finally going to get a chance to see Missouri. So they got a lot of options from choose from. Obviously, we're going to make them choose one of them with our directional wheel. And it looks like they want all the smoke, and the Cyclones need to defend their possibly cursed land. We got Truman versus Cy, 24-7 now. Missouri's got to try to do something, but they didn't even put up a fight there. Iowa State is still holding on to their cursed land. Who will be in contention of being knocked out next? It looks like we're at the beginning of the alphabet, and we are going to see Auburn take the field. Let's see which direction they want to go with, though. And it looks like they want Florida, so they saw Iowa State gain even more land, and they say, I want to be in the running now. We're going to go ahead and jump into the action. It all comes down to this. Will Albert be able to hold on? He does, but will he fumble on the hit? He does not. So with that, Albert is going to drop down to his knees, and he's claiming Auburn's land now. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel, though. We're coming close to our top 60. Which teams are falling short, though? Looks like we got Eastern Michigan on the attack, and it looks like he wants Sparty. It is tied, so y'all already know we're jumping in to watch the action. Sparty, the kick is up, and this kick is good, putting a lot of pressure on Eastern Michigan now. Swoop needs to get a few more yards to be in field goal range, I feel like. Drops back to pass, has time in the pocket. Sparty is gonna get back there now. And not only is the clock going to continue to run, but it's 4th and 11. I don't even think they can get another playoff as Sparty claims all of Eastern Michigan's land. There is our updated map, and our next team that's headed on the attack is JMU. Let's go ahead and see if JMU gets vengeance for him. You can't attack into the ocean. I'm so sorry, JMU. You're gonna have to go southwest, and that means Cocky will be playing, except this time in Columbia. South Carolina, how did you put up a fight against Coastal and then did nothing against JMU? James Madison now officially holds all of the land in South Carolina. So there you got it. What an upset. Now we're about to find out who's barely gonna miss our top 60. Looks like we're at the end of the alphabet. It's gonna be UTSA going on the attack. It looks like they officially choose a school, and they choose none other than the University of Texas. Texas just put the nail in the coffin, making the score 31-21 finally. Texas State, you gotta be scared. You are now completely surrounded by Texas. I don't know what's gonna end up happening. Let's spin our attacking wheel again, though. Will we see Texas go again? No, we're actually going to go up to the East Coast where we're going to see Temple until we spin the directional arrow. Which direction do they want to attack? They're going to make it easy on us. They want to go up to the west, and that means they will be playing the Maryland Terrapins. We got Hooter versus Testudo. We might be going to OT. They're going to find a Terrapin wide open, and he is going to be down at the 1-yard line. I don't know if it would have been smarter to let them score, though, because now Maryland only has to run down this clock. They're gonna go ahead and run the football, and this time they find themselves in the end zone. Here we go. What is gonna happen? We got a Hail Mary, and we actually have a flag on the play. So it's defensive pass interference. The Owls are now gonna move 15 yards forward, and that means we are gonna redo our Hail Mary from the 41-yard line now. They cannot give up another penalty to keep Temple's hopes alive. This one is hucked up. It's going to be in the end zone. Will they come down with it? No, it is incomplete. The Terrapins hold on to stay alive. And this is what the update's looking like. Let's go ahead and find out our next attacker. It looks like we are in the C's, and it's gonna be Cincinnati. Let's spin it. What direction do they want to attack in? It looks like they're going to the west, meaning they will have to face none other than Purdue. So it is now time to jump into the action. We'll see if they can pick up the first down or if Cincinnati's gonna stay alive. They're opting to pass, and they do officially complete the pass, picking up the first down, and that means that now they can knee and take all of the little land that Cincinnati held. So it's not a lot of land being added, but it is something, and now we've got 58 teams left. Who wants to be aggressive right here, right now? Who wants to gain some land? It's gonna be Ohio. Let's see who they think they have the best shot at beating. They want to go to the east, meaning they will be taking on Maryland. It's Rufus versus Testudo. So now it all comes down to one final play. Let's see. It comes down to the play. Ohio sends some pressure, and they're gonna get a pick in the end zone, officially securing this game. All they gotta do is take a knee. Maryland has officially fallen, and Ohio is taking all of their land. So now they border Boston College. Who is going to attack? We just saw a successful one with Ohio, but our next team attacking is gonna be Missouri State. Remember, Iowa State has the most land on our map, and it looks like they want to call their shot and potentially take that over. We've got Boomer versus Cy. That wasn't even close. Cy's breakdancing right now in pure joy. 40-7 is your final score, and he's now adding a little bit to his land. So now Kansas shares even bigger of a border with Iowa State. Will your team make it to the top 50 of Mascot Imperialism? One team that could not be making it is NC State. That arrow needs to be perfectly straight up if they want to face Virginia. It's going to be off to the right, meaning they've got JMU. Let's see. Will the Dukes pick this up, or will they have to punt it over to the Wolfpack? Gonna take the snap. Finds a Duke dog over the middle. That's going to bring them to the 27-yard line. All you got to do is get in a field goal range. I'd say 30 yards does that. They're going to opt to run the football, though. James Madison wants to go to OT, I guess. Miss Wolf takes a snap. Plenty of time in the pocket again. Going to find a Miss Wolf for the score. Do they decide to play this smart and actually run the football, just like we should have just seen? Got a wide open man. What is Miss Wolf doing? Duke dog has some time. He's gonna find a touchdown in triple coverage. Comes down to this, though. Will Miss Wolf be eliminated? Finds time, and she's gonna have another Miss Wolf. It could come down to this. Miss Wolf takes the snap, gonna find another Miss Wolf. Can she do it? Can she come back? Forcing OT? Nope, we're going to a third OT. The Duke Dogs take the snap. Gonna opt for the run right down the middle, and he's gonna be inches short. What will they opt to do? They're gonna pull the read option. Miss Wolf is gonna be wide open, and she scores. Miss Wolf now takes over. Who will be attacking next? Looks like we're going into the O's, and we're gonna see Oregon State finally get some action. Which direction do they want to play? They want to go south, meaning they've got to go to Boise State. The kick is up. Will it be good? We've got it in slow-mo for even more suspense, and it is! The 63-yard field goal is drilled, meaning now Oregon State needs to somehow mount a comeback. Oregon State's got to make something happen. They're going to return the kick out to the 25-yard line. They take the snap. Got to go fast. It looks like they want to try to go for the win. Time has officially expired. And it's going to be incomplete. They almost came down with it on the ground, but the Boise State Broncos stay alive, and now they're claiming Oregon State's land. Who wants to attack next? Who wants some more land? We're just giving it out at this point. Virginia is going to be the next team attacking. Either way, they're going to have the chance to get a lot of land here. They want to go north to get the most, though. So Ohio Bobcats and Rufus are going to be coming to the field again. We're going to go ahead and jump into the action. They got to gain at least 12 yards to find themselves in the end zone. If they don't, they are going to be eliminated. He's going to have a man, and he drops it last second. Rufus is now claiming even more land on this map. We're painting all of that area green. We have seen some successful attacks. We've seen some non-successful ones. Arizona State's going to be attacking next. Got to spin our directional wheel to find out who they think they have the best shot at taking on. And they actually want to go to UCLA. Starting the fourth quarter, we do have a now runaway game by Arizona State. So it looks like UCLA is one and done in our competition, and Arizona State is now going to claim all of their land on the map. And with the click of a button, now Arizona State has that land, and you guys get another map update. So we did just officially see a successful attack. Does that trigger some people to pull on it? Miami University now wants a piece of the action. They do not want to be one and done because that basically makes you an embarrassment, but they are going to be attacking to the north, meaning they're going to be facing Toledo. 38-22 is your final score, and Toledo is now out. We got to go ahead and paint that portion of Ohio gray now. Who is going to make it into our top 50? You do not want to be out right now. Our next team attacking almost was Western Kentucky, but it's going to be Washington. They are scared to attack right now, but it looks like it finally lands on Boise State. So we'll go ahead and jump into the action. We'll see if Buster has that clutch gene in him. This kick is up, and it's going to be good, meaning Boise State has stayed alive. I want all you guys to say goodbye to Washington, and this is officially your top 50 of Mascot Imperialism. Let's see who's gonna be eliminated next. I don't even know who's gonna be attacking, but it looks like it's gonna be North Texas. Let's see who Scrappy wants to attack, though. He's gonna go to the east, meaning he is going to be taking on Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is gonna pile it on Scrappy at the end, officially winning this one 29-7. So there y'all have it. Scrappy and North Texas are eliminated. Who's gonna be attacking next, though? It looks like we're going to the U's, and we're gonna get our first look at Bill Belichick's squad. Bill, what you gonna do? It looks like he wants to go west, meaning he avoids the in-state rivalry, and he's gonna be taking on App State now. Does Bill have it in him? Takes the snap, gonna go all the way deep, and they do. They come down with it. That comes down to the 9-yard line, meaning first and goal now. Ramsey takes the snap. Gotta find a Tar Heel, and he does. Bill Belichick has officially found himself in the end zone. All right, Bill, what are you gonna do? They're gonna fake the handoff. It's a double pass. Bill Belichick converts the 2-point conversion. I was about to be like, what are you doing? Guys just standing there. But they convert it, meaning we could be going to OT. Gotta score a touchdown here, and it opens the door for App State. He's got a man one-on-one. He trusts his guy, and his guy was right to be trusted. Gonna take the snap. Starting to send some pressure, and the 2-point conversion is gonna be good. Yusuf gonna fumble the football. Who comes away with it? It's gonna be North Carolina. App State is eliminated. Yusuf, bye-bye. We have 48 teams remaining. They were lucky enough to make it into the top 50, but our next team that's gonna be attacking is Cal Berkeley, so now we move to the west coast of our map. Who do the Bears think they have the best shot at beating? You don't get an attack into the Pacific Ocean. They're gonna go south, meaning they've got San Jose State. We've got Oski versus Sammy. Let's go ahead and jump into this. On second goal, it looks like they're opting to pass again, and he's gonna find a man wide open in the back of the end zone. Oski, you need to draw something up good. Does San Jose opt to send pressure? They try to. Oski's got plenty of time in the pocket, and he's just an idiot. I thought Cal Berkeley was supposed to be a smart school, meaning Sammy stays alive in Mascot Imperialism. Their land is now being painted blue. Looks like we're going to the M's and Mississippi State, who we just saw defeat LSU. is going to be going on the attack again. Which direction and which team do they think they have the best chance of surviving? It looks like they want to go for all the glory, as we will be seeing Big Al take the field. They are going to go for it on 4th down. Empty backfield for Bully. He's got to face some pressure by Alabama. He's going to the end zone, and they throw a flag. They throw a flag because apparently there was PI on the play. We'll see if Bully can capitalize on the mistake. He's got a wide open man on the read, and he's going to punch it in for the score. Big Al to try to force OT. This kick is going to be up. There's no telling where it's going. It's got the distance, and it's got the accuracy. We are tied at 20. Now we got to hope that Bama makes this kick. The ball is up, and it is down the middle. Bully takes a snap, got a wide open receiver. He's running down the sideline. Will he get in for the score? Big Al and Alabama were upset. He's invisible right now, but they do officially stay alive after he gets in for the score. Who wants a piece of the action? Who's going to be going on the road? It looks like we're going to the state of Florida with FAU. Remember, FIU is coming off the win against Miami, so I don't know if FAU wants to smoke there. It looks like they'll be going northwest, meaning they've got Florida. What will Albert do? Will he be able to come up with the remaining 15 yards? They're going to go play action. Has a receiver wide open, but instead he throws it right into the arms of Owsley, officially eliminating the Florida Gators. Our next attacking team is going to be Notre Dame. I don't know who the Leprechauns think they got their little magic over, but it looks like they're trying to avoid by running into a lake. We're not going to allow that, but they want to attack to the west, meaning they will be taking on Northwestern. Leprechauns versus the Furries. Northwestern needs to try to look alive, but it's going to be too little too late. They are losing. They're out of the Imperialism. Notre Dame's taking over their land. And it is time to see our next attacker. It looks like it's in the P's, and it's going to be Pitt, so we move to the northeast. We'll see which team they want to draw. At this point, I'm just hoping it doesn't land on Syracuse, and they're going to be going to the east, meaning they've got Ohio. Pittsburgh falls to Ohio, and Ohio's claiming even more land. Who will be part of our top 40? You don't want to lose here. Tennessee. I'm hoping again it doesn't land on Big Red. This one's going northeast, meaning that Ohio will have to defend their land again. Rufus gonna run the football, and he's gonna run for a massive gain. Will he score? He will not, but that gets him down to the 9-yard line. And that is a GG Smokey Burr. Honestly, I think we need to zoom out and see who has more land. Okay, so Iowa State still does have the most land on our map, but Ohio's running that East Coast. Who will be our next attackers? We're going to the beginning of the alphabet, and it's Boise State and Buster. And luckily, we don't have to see their field because they are going to be the away team. They don't get to go in that direction, so we got to spin again. And it looks like they have the perfect wheel to try to compete for the most land on our map. Actually, that might be Utah State. I think the wheel spin would just barely make them clip Utah State, meaning Iowa State is not being threatened. Buster and Big Blue. This is a 26-yard kick. It should be easy for a 99 overall kicker. The kick is up, and it is going to be good. So here goes overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We get a new look by Utah. They got a halfback back there. Will they use him? Yes, he will. And I don't know why they didn't do that earlier, because Big Blue has found himself in the end zone. What can they do? Will they find themselves in the end zone? He's got some time. He's got a man in the end zone, and that man is going to hold on to his balls. Touchdown, Boise State. Buster hands it off to Buster. He stays up. He left 4 guys on the ground, and he punches in the score. On the 2-point conversion, he's going to take the snap. Utah State sending some pressure, but that leaves a wide open wide receiver. Big Blue takes the snap. He's got a lot of time in the pocket, and he's got a wide open running lane. He finds himself in the end zone. Will Buster make another overtime hold? Utah State obviously doesn't want that to be the case because they would be out of here. And they're going to be wide open for the score. So on we go to triple OT. They like their 2-point conversion play that last time. We'll see what they cook up here. Got a man in motion. Buster is going to stop them short. Buster takes the snap. Does he have a man? He does.
Utah State is out of here.
Remove them, and just like that, an even bigger border is shared. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel to get our new attacker, and it looks like Notre Dame's going back on the road. Which direction do the Leprechauns want to go, though? It looks like they will be going to the west, but remember, we go based off of where the mascot is. So that actually is going to clip Purdue before it gets to NIU, so NIU should consider themselves lucky. This is the game to see who will be joining the rest of our colleges in the top 40, but Notre Dame, I think that might be the most points we've seen scored in a game. They got it 56-28, so Purdue is out of here. But with that game finishing, we're gonna take an opportunity to show you guys the map. We have our top 40, but it is time to eliminate it even further. Our next attacking team is going to be Tulane. They haven't done anything all day. It's all gonna decide on the wheel spin. It looks like they want USA though. We've got Riptide versus Southpaw. Tulane, wide open running room. And that's going to officially make this a two-possession game. So Tulane has officially knocked out South Alabama. So there you have it. Who is going to be our next attackers? It's going to be sticking on Houston now. What direction are they going to be attacking? It looks like they want Texas. How deep are you? We've got 39 teams left. Houston, Doug's on the ref. I think that might be a flag in real life, but they score the touchdown, and now we only have 31 seconds in this game. Will Bevo go for a last-second play? No. Going into overtime. Houston takes the snap. Gonna find a man wide open down the seam. Let's see what Bevo draws up here. Gonna take the snap. He's got time to try to make something happen, and they are gonna score. Houston's D is not big enough to get the stop. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, has a wide open Longhorn for a touchdown. Bevo, empty backfield on the two-point conversion. He is gonna pick it up though. Cougars take the snap, opting to pass. Bevo gets back there. It is going to fall incomplete. So in double OT, we've decided a winner, and it's none other than Bevo and the Texas Longhorns. Let's go and see our next attacking team though. Looks like we are going to Florida with FIU. There's no point in spinning our wheel because, as you guys can see, they have to land on FAU. We got Alzi and Rory, 31-17. So all of Florida is now turning gold on our Photoshop map. So FAU is now eliminated, but we've got 37 spins left to do on this wheel now. It looks like our next attackers will be Big Red with Western Kentucky. I think we all want him to end up winning this game no matter what because he's such a legendary mascot, but the direction he's going to be attacking in is going to be northeast, and that means that he's got Notre Dame. Let's go ahead and jump back into the action. Notre Dame blocks the punt, and they take it in for the score. Will Western Kentucky hit it and force OT? We're in slow-mo for this one. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. Now we go to OT. They're going to take the snap. Halfback looks to be open. They got a man wide open, though. A wide receiver gets into the end zone. Empty backfield on 3rd and 4 here. Remember, they do have 2 plays to try to pick up those 4 yards. It looks like there is contested. Leprechauns score a touchdown. We're going into double OT, y'all. Western Kentucky could win this game with a touchdown. We'll see if Notre Dame even makes the kick. It's all to be said right here. The kick is up. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. Big Red with a chance to claim some land. Gonna get it, and they're in. He holds on after the hit stick, and your Western Kentucky Hilltoppers have done the impossible. Oh, it's white. That's not going to look well on our map, but you know, it is what it is. Who's going to be our next team attacking? It is going to be Oklahoma Sooners. We need to see what direction they want to go, and it looks like they want Oklahoma State, so we got that rivalry. All right, Boomer Sooner, gonna need a miracle, but time runs out. Oklahoma State has officially won this matchup. Oklahoma is now an orange state. Who will be our next attackers? It looks like we're around the ends, and it's gonna be Miss Wolf. Let's go ahead and spin the directional wheel though. She wants to go all the guts with Ohio and Rufus. Does Ohio have what it takes to hold them off? They do. The Bobcat Cinderella story continues, but now this is what our map is looking like. Let's go and see who our next attacker will be. It looks like we're going to Iowa to finally see some action. So it all depends on if Iowa wants to go for the land or the win. It looks like they're attacking west, meaning they will be facing NIU. Iowa will be kicking things off at the 20-yard line with 23 seconds left. Takes the snap. They're gonna have to go deep, sensing some pressure, buying some time in the pocket. He's gonna scramble, and despite being right on the sideline, he's gonna get tackled in bounds. So Iowa, in Iowa fashion, loses because they can't score enough points. NIU officially takes down Iowa. Just like that, we knock off another team. Who wants to attack next? I personally wouldn't want to attack after just seeing a failed attack, but next up, we got Arizona. We'll go ahead and see what direction they feel most confident attacking. They could go for the most land on the map. It looks like they're trying to do that. Iowa State, you gotta defend again. Iowa State just dominates 30-14. As you guys can see, Iowa State pulled away in that second quarter. They're getting even more land, just like that. We're gonna spin our wheel for our next attacking team, and it looks like it is going to be Iowa State. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they try to go Boise State, but it looks like instead they want to go to the Southwest, meaning they're going to be facing Arizona State. Arizona State needs something to stay alive. Iowa State has that commanding lead though, 23-10. Once again, we've got Iowa State proving to be one of the best mascots in college football. I just fear that they are so aggressive so quick. I mean, I guess you get to be aggressive when you keep on winning, but this is what our new map looks like. Who is going to make the top 30? Let's go ahead and see. It looks like Wisconsin wants in on the attacking action. With this wheel spin right here, it looks like Wisconsin might be kind of scared, but we finally do get an accurate wheel spin, and this means that they will be facing Minnesota. Minnesota has a chance to try and come back. I would hate for that tail to get in the way of the kicking plant foot. We'll see. This ball is up. It's almost blocked by Wisconsin, but it is going to be good. Wisconsin gonna bring us to OT. Wisconsin gonna hand the ball off. I don't see why not. He's gonna punch his way into the score. 3rd and 7. The Badgers send some pressure, but that is gonna be a mistake as Goldie ties up the game now. Now it's time for double OT. Goldie gotta try to score here, and they do. They get in on the pass. The 2-point conversion is a must for Minnesota to put a lot of pressure on Wisconsin. Takes the snap. A diving catch is going to convert the 2 points. Wisconsin answers right away. Goes ahead. 1 play, 1 score, 1 touchdown. 2-point conversion coming up next. Looks like the Badger at quarterback is having some fun. He is a star for this team. He's going to have a wide open Badger as we move on to 3rd OT. Wisconsin will now complete a 2-point conversion. They're going to be sensing some pressure, buy some time in the pocket. Wide open Badger. 2 more points on the board. Remember, 1 stop will win this for Wisconsin. Goldie takes a snap. Wisconsin sends some pressure, and goodbye, Minnesota. Minnesota is being removed, and Wisconsin's claiming all of their land. But let's see who is going to be attacking next. We've got Big Red coming to the stage again. Obviously, we want Big Red in this competition. We're spinning the wheel spin, and it looks like he's going right to face Rufus. We are going to jump into this. They're going to send out the kicking team. We might see OT here. They really wanted that win, but they got to bring out the kicking team, and Big Red's got to drill the last-second field goal to tie it up. He does. On to OT. They're going to go ahead and kick the field goal. But now, if Ohio drives down and scores, like Rufus has done time and time again to keep this land, they'll be taking all of Western Kentucky's land. You do not want to go to double OT and let this Western Kentucky offense back on the field. Rufus takes a snap. He's got a man wide open. See you later, Big Red. There's a look at our updated map. We do need to bring ourselves to find a winner today. So why don't we go ahead and get right back into it. Our first attacker of the day, I guess it's going to be our next attacker in the video, is going to be Oklahoma State.
I doubt that they'd be able to get a perfectly horizontal west pull, but if that does happen, they could try to go for the most land on our map with Iowa. It's time to see what our next matchup is gonna be. It looks like they're going south, meaning we get another look at Louisiana Tech. Remember Louisiana Tech, the last time we saw them, they took down Scrappy and North Texas to claim some land. So if Champ can get a stop on this third down, he might have another chance to go down and score. He is going to give up the first down though, meaning that Oklahoma State is now threatening. Remember, they only need like 10 more yards to be in field goal range. We'll see if they're able to get it down. You guys can see right there, they've gotten 11 first downs to Louisiana Tech's 5, which is insane that they put up 3 touchdowns off that. But will Pistol Pete be able to eliminate them? Time in the pocket. He's going to find a wide open guy, and that should officially put them into field goal range. A minute now left in this game. Pistol Pete is going to hand the ball off. He's got plenty of room to run, and this field goal just got even easier. All right, Pistol Pete now is going to fake the handoff, and they might not even need to kick a last-second touchdown. They don't. Pistol Pete actually ends up just scoring the touchdown, so now they don't even got to trust their kicker. That being said, Louisiana Tech does now have a shot at a Hail Mary. Champ is going to get sacked on his very first play, his first opportunity to try to make something happen, but that sack officially eliminates Louisiana Tech. And now this is what 28 teams left looks like. Who wants to gain some more land, or who wants to potentially lose all of their land? NIU is going to be our next attacker. Taking a look at our map, NIU is going to claim land no matter which way they go, potentially. To their north, they've got Wisconsin. To their west, they've got Iowa State. And to their east, they've got Rufus. I think you'll want to land on Wisconsin at this point because Iowa State and Ohio have definitely proven themselves. That being said, obviously it comes down to our directional wheel, and it looks like they choose to go to Ohio. Now, honestly, I was not expecting this to be one of the matchups that goes to overtime, but we are officially jumping into the action as we need to still find a winner. The Huskies get the stop on third down, and now Rufus is going to be kicking a field goal. He was iced, so we'll see if he can go through the pressure and drill the kick. He does, but now if Victor can find himself in the end zone, they will officially knock off Rufus. All right, Victor, now's your opportunity to make up for your defense's mistakes. Will you be able to make it happen? Fakes the handoff, has his wide receiver. He's going to pick up a first down. No, going to be a yard short. Victor takes the snap, fakes the handoff again. He's got some pressure. This one's going to be in the field. 3rd and 1, empty backfield now for Victor. He's got a wide open man. That's going to bring them down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal now. Victor takes the snap. Will they get in? Rufus has 3 more yards to hold them off, or they will be out of this competition. It's coming down to the wire. Victor takes the snap. It's an RPO. Rufus stays alive, but now he's down to 2 yards left. It is an empty backfield for him. Goes ahead, and he's got a man. Victor has eliminated Rufus. They chewing those W's. Rufus has taken out so many competitors, but they couldn't find a way to beat the Huskies, meaning Victor now has all of our land in the top right of our map, basically. I mean, they still got Boston College, Syracuse, and UMass, but y'all know the deal. There y'all go. Victor has taken over the East. Who will be our next attacker, though? It looks like we've eliminated 94 teams so far, but our next team at contention of being eliminated is going to be Tulsa. So Tulsa, this is going to be our first time seeing them. Could they tag north to see our first time seeing Kansas, or do they opt to go either west or south to face Oklahoma State, or to the right to face Arkansas State? It is time to find out. We're spinning our directional arrow. It looks like they are going to go north, meaning they will officially hit none other than Kansas. We finally get to see Big J in this video, and he will be joined by Gus T. Oh, I see what they did there. Gus T, because like it's a tornado. Why did I not ever pick up on that? Both of these teams have never played yet. Kansas is going to open up our scoring, making our score 21-14 now. This is already a shootout. Coming out of halftime, Tulsa officially takes the lead, but now Kansas is answering right back. It looks like they have a second life, and Kansas has officially eliminated the Golden Hurricanes. And they on the ground celebrating something. But 43-35 is your final score. So Kansas is staying alive in Mascot Imperialism. Who is going to make it into our top 25? Our team attacking to try to find them spots in there is UCF. And that means that we will not see a wheel spin as UCF has to go to FIU. 15 seconds left and a dream. They have their star quarterback back there. Will he have the arm strength to throw some sort of Hail Mary? They're going to go with a check down. They do get out of bounds after picking up the first, officially stopping the clock with 11 seconds left now. In order to be in field goal range, I'd probably say they need about 30 yards from here. That would be a very long kick though, so we'll see what Nitro opts to do. It's just him back there in the backfield. He's going to have a quick pass down the seam, and that is going to help their case. He's still up and running. 4 seconds now. 3, 2. They're going to call their timeout. Are they about to force OT? UCF, do you want to go into OT? It's on your left-footed kicker's leg. I don't even know if this is going to be good. He might have missed wide left. They don't even tell us. It was missed. FIU stays alive. UCF has that crazy play, but he misses wide left. Dang, I can't believe they missed the kick. We gotta go and make the change on our map now. Nitro had the chance to be the last Florida team standing, but that award is gonna go to FIU. And not only is FIU the last team standing, but they are our final team being added to the top 25. So this is what our map now looks like. 25 teams remaining, but only one will be left. Let's go ahead and keep things running though. Our next team attacking is going to be NIU. It is time to spin our directional wheel to see who they think they have the best chance at beating. They want all the smoke, all the land. They're going for Iowa State now. I mean, talk about getting cocky. They already beat Rufus, who had the second most land on the map, and they said that's not good enough. We want to go for Iowa State now. Iowa State, the Cyclones do have home field advantage, but NIU has already beaten teams that have a lot of land. So will Victor continue his little streak he started? NIU, let's do it again. They would be making a crazy story if they knock off Rufus and then Cy back to back. Cyclones do get the ball back. They'll have to work quick and recover an onside kick if they want to stay alive. They're down by 2 possessions, so they are at risk of losing the most land on our map. They're going to find a Cyclone over the middle, but he's going to be inches short from the first down, meaning this clock continues to tick. Sadly for these fans, they've got to watch the upset potentially happen live. So Cy, what do you opt to do on 3rd and inches? He's going to try to take off, and this one's going to be batted incomplete. So now it's 4th and inches, and NIU might make this look even worse. But they do opt to probably try a tush push. They're going to run, and Cy gets tackled in the backfield, meaning Northern Illinois has pulled off 2 land upsets back to back. They now dominate our map, but could it be too early to show domination? Iowa State had a crazy run in this Imperialism. I'm sure a lot of people thought that they might even win the whole entire thing, but with one singular loss, it all changes. So this is now what our map looks like, and we're down to 24 teams. So no matter where this wheel spin lands, there's a high chance that Northern Illinois will be getting attacked, and this wheel spins on Arkansas State, meaning that they do have the chance to play them. What does Arkansas State want to do? The directional arrow is spun. They don't want the smoke with Northern Illinois. They're going to be trying to take over Kansas's land. We've got Howell versus Big J. So Kansas, currently trailing by 7, has to get 12 yards on this play or they will be out. Big J takes the snap. He's got some pressure, and it's going to get batted down. Arkansas State stays alive for right now. Kansas does have all 3 timeouts, so the game's not exactly over. We're going to be finishing out this game watching it. Howell makes a massive run for a first down. We're going to see Kansas take their first timeout. Howell takes the snap, going to opt for the run again. Big J cannot stop it. They pick up 9 yards, and we're going to see the Jayhawks spend their second timeout now. Howell on 2nd and inch is going to get lit up in the backfield. That means Kansas is now out of timeouts, but if they can somehow get a stop here, they'll have some time on the clock to hopefully throw up a prayer. That being said, a first down will now win it for Howell. He's going to keep the ball on the ground. Jukes out a man, going to be inches short. They're going to opt to kick a field goal now. We're going to be under 1 minute left to play, and it will be a 2-possession game. The kick is good, so that makes it official. With the field goal, the Red Wolves have officially won this. The Jayhawks weren't able to come back. They're all celebrating while we're headed over to our map to make those changes. I am honestly shocked, but Kansas's run in Mascot Imperialism is over. Arkansas State did just enough to stay alive, and so they will now share an even bigger border with Oklahoma State. Our next attacking team is going to be none other than UAB, another team that we have yet to see in this imperialism. They think it's time for them to head on the attack. They can either go Mississippi State, FIU, or go no guts, no glory and try to take on NIU. Which land do they want to try to conquer? It looks like their directional arrow will be pointing to the right, meaning they've got FIU. Remember, we do have home field advantage for FIU. They've already defended it before. I think they're looking to do the same exact thing, but UAB, the Dragons, one of the better mascots in this imperialism. It's Blaze versus Rory. So now jumping into the action, we actually have FIU in contention of losing all of the state of Florida. Blaze is currently up by 3 points. Rory's going to need to make some progress quick. And after getting to the 40-yard line, that means they only need 20 more yards to potentially kick a game-winning, game-tying field goal. Rory's throwing hearts out there, telling you guys to go ahead and like the video if you haven't already. Rory takes the snap, gonna have space to run, but it does have to slide using the second of their timeout. Does Rory have what it takes to pick up the yardage to stay alive in imperialism? Gonna take the snap, empty backfield, steps up in the pocket, throws right into coverage, meaning we've got 4th and 7 now. Rory, will you stay alive? Has time in the pocket, gonna throw it deep. Incomplete. FIU is out of here. Blaze gets the upset and they now take over all of Georgia and Florida's land. Who is going to miss out of the top 20 now? We're spinning the wheel and it looks like we will now see Wisconsin go on the attack. Who does Wisconsin have? They can only attack NIU, so it doesn't even matter. We're not going to spin the directional wheel because, guys, in my imperialism, I'm not letting them attack across water. So despite Michigan only being in Michigan and being so close to Wisconsin's land, Wisconsin can't attack them, so they got to go NIU. Wisconsin is going to try to invade the furries, and it looks like Northern Illinois defends their land. They win this one 38-31, officially eliminating the Badgers from college football 27 Mascot Imperialism. Honestly, I was rooting for the Badgers in that one, but they do get eliminated 38-31 now as we claim all of Wisconsin's land for NIU to grow even more. I don't know who is going to be able to stop them, if anybody. Wisconsin just barely misses out on our top 20, and this is what our map is now looking like. Let's spin our wheel for our next attacker. Who's going to be attacking inside the top 20? We're going to see Fresno State for the first time in this imperialism. So Fresno State does have 3 options to go. If they go to the west, they've got San Jose State, but a south would take them against NIU. If they go to the east, they're going to be claiming a big chunk of land with Boise State. And that would also show us the ugly blue field. Y'all know every chance I get, I'm going to dig. And they are going north, meaning they've got Boise State. I promise I am not rigging this for the sake of not having to look at Boise State's field, but directly north of the mascot, there's actually a clip of San Jose State. So Sammy's going to be joining our imperialism again. Sammy is currently trailing by 4 points. They're on their own 35-yard line. They will need a touchdown to stay alive in this one. We've seen Sammy come back, though, and win games when it matters the most. Sammy got to pick up 3 yards here. He's going to have a wide open Trojan.
That's going to be a timeout, or I guess Spartan. I don't want to offend the few San Jose State fans out there, but they are going to pick up the first down, meaning they've got 58 seconds. No timeouts now. They got to go 35 yards to try to win this game. Sammy, time in the pocket, does have a man, but that one's almost picked by Fresno State. Less than half a minute left in this game. Sammy going to drop back to pass. Gonna have a wide open man for the first. That brings him to the 20-yard line and stops the clock with 24 seconds to go. Sammy gotta go deep. He's got a man wide open for the touchdown. Fresno State let the impossible happen, and Sammy is now on top by a field goal. Timeout's gonna have to launch up a Hail Mary. It looks like Sammy is playing pretty safe. They're gonna take the snap. Gotta go deep here. Does timeout have the arm strength? It's only gonna get to the 30-yard line, and that one's gonna be incomplete, meaning Sammy stays alive. And Fresno State is our first team out of the top 20. So who is going to be our next attacker worthy in the M's? And that means Memphis will be taking over control. Which direction will Memphis be attacking? It's up to our directional wheel, and it looks like they're opting to go southwest. So that means they'll be running into Mississippi State, and I can once again put my Ole Miss hat on and root against Mississippi State. I just know Mississippi State had upsets after upsets, but now Memphis upsets them as well. So now we only have 18 teams remaining as we spin our wheel spin one more time. Who's going to be going on the attack? It looks like we've got Tulane. We will go ahead and spin it. It looks like Tulane wants to go to the northeast, meaning that they will be taking on UAB. Will Tulane be as dominant as before? UAB is up a 2-possession lead so far. UAB's treating Tulane how they just treated that other team. It is now a tied game though. UAB's got a 2-possession lead. Will this be the end of Tulane? Their run is over. Blaze, dominant fashion, wins 31-23. This wasn't even close until the end, but Tulane doesn't do enough to stay alive in Imperialism, and Blaze takes all of their land now. Now 17 teams remaining. Which team will attack next? It looks like it's finally landing on Boston College. So we go back up to the northeast of our map. And so how we rock this, it really isn't any point spinning the directional wheel, because the only way Boston College will be able to attack will be invading UMass, because we go based on where the mascot is. UMass just doesn't give NIU any chance to get attacked, meaning UMass will have home field advantage and the winner will claim all of that land. So despite being one of the worst teams in college football, UMass has brought Boston College level with 13 seconds left on the clock. That being said, Boston College is about to make a last-second kick. It will be ice, but if this is made, UMass's time in the Imperialism will be coming to an end. This kick is up. Remember, it's slow-mo for the ice, but it is going to be right down the middle, meaning Boston College survives. So just like that, this is what our remaining lap looks like. It's time to go ahead and narrow it down even further. Spinning the wheel once again. Y'all are gonna miss when I'm done spinning this wheel, but our next attacking team is going to be Sammy the Spartans with San Jose State. And they've got 2 options that could grant them land either way. If they go north or east, they're going to be facing none other than Boise State. But if they go south, they've got to run into NIU. The directional arrow will be the deciding factor, and it looks like they're going south, meaning NIU's got to try to defend their land again. 1 minute and 10 seconds left now. Sammy going to drop back to pass, has time in the pocket, senses some pressure's got to lob it up. This one's going to fall incomplete, meaning it's going to come down to a 4th and 4. So does Victor have one more stop in him? Sammy is going to set some pressure, and it's going to get batted down, meaning Northern Illinois Huskies have stayed alive in Imperialism. So Sammy did have an opportunity there at the end, but it's not going to be enough. The Furries stay alive. They're bowing down to each other. So we already made the change on our map. NIU is out of here, and look at Boise State. If they get spun on, they have no direction to attack. They would automatically run into NIU.
Who is going to be our next team to attack? It looks like we're going to be seeing Clemson for the first time. Taking a look at it, Clemson might play NIU if they go to the southeast, but if they go north or northeast, they're going to be facing Bill Belichick and UNC. And then if they go to the west, they will face none other than UAB. It is time to see who Dabo Swinney thinks he has the best shot at defeating. He wants to go north as he takes on Bill Belichick. So now only one Carolina team will be left. This is for the battle of it. UNC is currently trailing by a touchdown. It's 21-10. It looks like Dabo Swinney came to play. He is now blowing out Bill Belichick, but they do have an opportunity to drive down, get it any closer. They fail every opportunity, meaning Clemson has now taken down the Tar Heels. Bill Belichick and Ramses will be eliminated from the tournament, and Clemson is now taking all of their land. And it looks like our next attacking team is going to be Clemson again. Back-to-back attacks. I think this is the first time that's happened in this Imperialism. We'll see if they're getting way too aggressive. Obviously, with their map now, they only have two teams to potentially attack, and that's NIU or UAB. Which direction is Dabo Swinney heading? It looks like he wants the most land on our map as he's going against NIU. Will Dabo Swinney prove to be too aggressive? Northern Illinois is already up 2 possessions on them. They got to try to do something quickly because now it's a 3-possession game. Clemson, I told you guys, does not like NIU because they don't like NIL, and NIU has eliminated the Clemson Tigers. Nobody can eliminate the furries. I don't know what's up with this Imperialism video. Maybe I won't ever do this again, but furries are proving to be dominant. Holy blowout. The Tigers didn't even score a single point. And I do believe that that's also the first time that's happened in this Imperialism. Clemson getting removed from our map means we are down to 13 teams remaining. Let's spin our attacking wheel once again, and this time we're gonna see Boston College now get aggressive. They've sat in that top right-hand corner for a while, and it's time to see if they're getting too aggressive as well. Obviously, by now, I'm kind of rooting for Syracuse in this one, so it's a good sign that Boston College tries to take on NIU. So coming out, there's 1:30 left on the clock now. Boston College is not going to pick up the first down, meaning they've got to be in hurry up as the clock continues to tick down. 1:20 left now. It doesn't look like they're in no huddle, which is crazy coaching because their life is on the line. Maybe they don't understand that it's one time you lose, you are completely out of college football Imperialism. Northern Illinois has dominated so far this game. Baldwin is going to go to the end zone, and he does score the touchdown. So now it's going to come down to the onside kick. So Boston College needs to recover this onside kick to stay alive. Northern Illinois holds on, and they do not fumble, meaning that they drop to their knees, and this game is over. I think it's fair to say that Syracuse is worried because they are now completely engulfed by NIU. Start thinking, what team do you want to rep in our top 10? We have 2 more teams to eliminate before the top 10 though, and our next team attacking is going to be Miami University. If they go north, they'll land on MSU, but if they go any other direction, they're going to be facing NIU, and NIU will have to defend their land for a 3rd time in a row. Obviously, if you are rooting for Miami, Ohio, you want the wheel to end up north, but it looks like they'll be trying to evade NIU now. What is going on with Northern Illinois? I thought that we might have a close matchup again, but Northern Illinois takes a knee and claims even more land on the map. So now Michigan State is in the same boat as Syracuse, as they now have no option to attack besides NIU. And on top of that, every team besides Texas State, who's completely surrounded by Texas, now borders NIU, so they might be seeing even more action. Which team is about to risk their land right before the top 10? It looks like the Bluefield Boise State, and you guys know what that means. They don't have anywhere to attack besides NIU, so we got a dominant battle here. So listen, this is going to be the first time y'all ever hear this. I'm rooting for NIU. I don't mind them anymore. They've been dominant. I think they deserve to potentially win Mascot Imperialism. and I just don't want to see the blue field anymore. Boise State is currently down by 10. They have the ball at the 18-yard line, but there is only 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Make that 2 minutes and 30 seconds now. They need to start making something happen. They still have all 3 timeouts. So obviously if they score here, they can get that stop that they need. Buster is gonna find Buster, get tackled inbounds, and that should bring us to the 2-minute timeout. So they actually get one more playoff before the 2-minute timeout, and it is going to be caught for a first down, meaning we've got 1st and 10 now from the 10-yard line. 1 minute and 57 seconds left on the clock. What will Buster be able to do? Remember, they will have to get a stop after this. That's probably why they're saving all 3 of their timeouts. Buster takes the snap. He's going to pass. He's got a man wide open. That's going to pick up 8 yards. Are they going to be in no huddle? No. They're actually going to opt to take their first timeout there. So Buster on 2nd and 2 from the 3-yard line. Will he get in for the score that he needs? That one's batted down by Victor. Will NIU hold on? Here we go. Buster, empty backfield's got to throw quick. He has a man wide open. That means that now they're going to have to go for the onside kick. So once again, Northern Illinois has to recover the onside kick. They do, and they hold on to the football, meaning they can now just chew as much clock as possible. Boise State will need to get stops because if they let a first down, Northern Illinois will claim all of their land, and they're going to get a first down just like that. So Boise State is officially eliminated, and NIU continues their run. This is what your final 10 looks like. And I want to take a moment, no matter how you're watching this, if you're on a TV, if you're on your phone, I want you to go down to the comments right now. No cheating. I want you to tell me who you have winning. Even if your favorite college isn't in there, choose a new team so that it makes the top 10 even more interesting. So I just had somebody ask me how I think's gonna win the whole thing. I am rocking with, let's go Syracuse. I'm gonna go Syracuse. I was between Syracuse or UAB. So if one of them gets eliminated, I'm jumping to the other. But let's spin for our next attacker. Who's kicking off our top 10? It is actually going to be Michigan State, meaning there is no directional wheel. Guess who's defending their land once again? NIU. Watch them have to play every single game for the rest of Imperialism to win this thing, and they somehow do. That would be insane. But listen, Michigan State, Sparty is now gonna take his shot for the land. NIU gotta get a stop if they want to stay alive. Sparty is driving 41 more yards, will win it for him, and they get down to the 9-yard line now, 1st and goal. But this clock continues to tick down. We've got 35 seconds now. We're nearing half a minute left. They're gonna get the ball up to the line, 30 seconds now. They don't want to leave too much time on the clock, or NIU can come back. He's got plenty of time in the pocket, and he's gonna find Sparty. They officially tie up the game, and if they can kick the extra point, NIU could be getting eliminated. I mean, watch him still come back, though. The crazy thing about this mascot mashup is NIU does have all 3 timeouts, and all they got to do is get to like the midfield mark, and they're basically in field goal range. They're gonna have a pass completed there. 31-yard line, 16 seconds left. They do waste their first timeout. Victor, with his life on the line, is gonna take the snap. Who does he go to? He dumps it off short. That is not the best play call. They gotta waste their second timeout now. They're only at the 37-yard line. They need probably like 25 yards if they want to be in field goal range. We'll see if they can make it happen. Takes the snap. You gotta start going deep. He's gonna go for the dump off. That is going to get them down 5 seconds now. So now when they're out of timeouts, it looks like they got to go for a Hail Mary. We will see what they do. It's going to the end zone. Who will have the most land on our map? It's going to be incomplete. Michigan State has done it. They have upset the Furries. No more Furries remain in Imperialism. And sadly, if y'all thought NIU was going to win it all, y'all have now been proven wrong. So Victor, after winning however many games that he just won, he is now losing all of his land to Sparty. So a lot of teams are probably happy with that change because they don't got the dominant force of Northern Illinois anymore. And now they might just have to face Michigan State. But just like that, we're down to 9. Who's going to be attacking next? It looks like we're going to Texas for Baylor. Will they try to contest for the most land on the map here? It looks like they're going north, so that is a no as they head to Oklahoma State. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the road. Will Baylor be able to take over Oklahoma State's land? They're going to start off with a field goal. Oklahoma State is going to start out and respond with a touchdown. It is now 14-10. 21-10. Baylor's got to make something happen. It is still a 2-possession game, and that is going to be it for Baylor Bears. They are out of our mascot imperialism, and Pistol Pete and Oklahoma State are claiming their land. We spin again. We are getting so down to the wire. It looks like Arkansas State is now trying to make a move. They've got 3 options, as you see. They've got Oklahoma State, who we just saw dominate, Memphis to their east. They go north. They've got MSU though. Who do they want to try and attack? The directional arrow will decide again. It looks like they're going to the east, meaning they'll face Memphis. If y'all thought we wouldn't have any more overtime games left in this imperialism, you'd clearly be wrong, because Memphis is currently taking the field first. In our overtime match with Arkansas State, they pick up 6 yards off of that pass, leaving 2nd and 4 from the 19-yard line. So Pouncer, what is he going to do here? He's going to opt to hand the ball off, and they're going to take that for a first down. And it looks like Arkansas State might be sending some pressure. Memphis tries to run right into it. They don't gain any yards off of that. Will Pouncer have a bit better play calling on 2nd down? It looks like he's opting to pass the football. An in route will get them 8 yards down to 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 now. A stop here would kind of open the door for Arkansas State. They're going to pick up the first down and the touchdown now, though. So Arkansas State has to respond. What's Howell got in his bag of tricks? Looks like he's coming out with an empty backfield. Gonna go ahead and take the snap. What's he gonna do? Finds a wide open Howell to the 10-yard line. Does Pouncer have what it takes to just get one more stop? That's all he needs. Or will Howell clutch up when it matters the most? You made it this far, you might as well want to win the entire thing. Howell takes the snap, gonna pass the football, and he's gonna find his man on 4th and 20. Howell coming out one more time after converting the 4th and 20. He is going to pick up 5 yards before getting tackled. So the Red Wolves now need to gain 20 yards for the score. Gonna have a wide open guy, and that brings up 1st and goal. So now from the 7-yard line, they've got 2 more shots at this thing. They would kick a field goal if they don't pick this up here, but they do, so it doesn't matter. Now they gotta go for the 2-point conversion. What do you cook up on the 2-point conversion? It looks like they're going to have a man and get in for the score. That means that Memphis, in order to stay alive, they would have to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. Pouncer on 2nd and 10. Got to make something happen, but he is going to get drilled in the backfield. 3rd and 14 now, obviously. They're going to be going forward on 4th down. It would be stupid to try to just kick a field goal because you lose, but from the 29-yard line, will they be able to keep their imperialism hopes alive? It's going to take the snap. It's going to be a passing play. He's going to go over the top, and it is going to be incomplete, meaning we've got 4th and 14 now. Pouncer, 4th and 14. You at least need 14 yards. He's trying to go all the way, though, and it's incomplete. We do not need triple OT because Arkansas State and Howell officially win it. We are removing Memphis. They are no longer in our competition as Arkansas State now takes over their lands. Who wants to attack next? It could be anyone in Arkansas State wants to stay on the attack. The last time we saw a team attack twice in a row, it was Clemson who got too aggressive. Not a great look as they are eliminated, but Arkansas State either's got UAB, MSU, or Oklahoma State. Will they need to go to overtime to decide their next matchup? This time it's going to be MSU they got to take on. Michigan State fought long and hard for this land, so will they have to give it up to Arkansas State? Remember, the winner of this one will have the most land on our map. It is a tied game. Going into the 4th, Michigan State officially does score, and that makes it a 2-possession game. And just like that, Sparty is staying alive in our comp. That's not an issue for him. He's just gonna wipe the dirt off as he lines up to continue in Mascot Imperialism. Howell could not get the job done walking off the field upset. So we gotta go and take all of their land now as it is getting eliminated. So with 6 teams remaining, it's time to spin that wheel spin again. It's like I'm on a game show. Spin that wheel. 6 teams remaining. One's about to get knocked out again. It looks like Syracuse is going on the attack, meaning Michigan State's got to defend that land again. Will they be able to hold off 2 times in a row? This is a legendary matchup for mascots. I will have to say, Otto the Orange and Sparty for MSU. We're going to jump ahead to the end of the game, though. Who will come out on live? Otto up 2 possessions early, make that 3 possessions. Will Sparty be losing the land 28-14? He's mounting somewhat of a comeback, but it looks like it's not enough. Otto put up 42 points to claim all of Michigan State's land. They out of here. So here, let me introduce y'all to your top 5. And we'll see if we can narrow it down. Who's going to be the last one standing? We're getting down to the wire now. We are spinning our attack wheel again. And it looks like Texas State is finally going to be seen in Mascot Imperialism. Once again, we don't got to spin the directional arrow because they are completely engulfed by Texas. This game will officially let us see every single mascot now. Everybody will have played once, but will Texas State be one and done? Texas is going to open it up our scoring. They're going to go up 2 possessions. 14-7 is our score now. Make that 17-14. Texas State now has the lead. Are they going to pull off the upset? They do not. Texas manages to hold on. 31-28. They officially engulfed Texas State. It was a close one, but Hook'em comes out on top. Texas State did a great job of hanging in there. They were engulfed by Texas for basically over half the Imperialism. And the fact they made it to the top 5 is impressive alone, but it is time to spin this wheel. Our final 4 needs to go to a final 3, and it looks like our next team attacking is going to be Oklahoma State. We'll see what the directional arrow has them going. It looks like they're going to the west, meaning Syracuse has now got to defend their territory. Pistol Pete is going for it on 4th and inches. This might be one of the dumbest decisions or smartest decisions we've seen. He's going to draw back. It's going to be incomplete, and now Syracuse is in field goal range. What was Pistol Pete thinking? They've already hit a field goal from this place, and the Otto is going to run even further, meaning Syracuse now has the chance to kick a last-second field goal following Oklahoma State's mistake. Will Otto stay alive? He's going to get iced, so we got to wait till after the timeout to find out. 12 seconds remaining. 3rd and 5. This is going to be a 57-yard kick. Can Otto deliver? He's kicked further, but does that make him even more pressure? The kick is iced, so it's going to be in slow-mo. This ball is up, and it's going to be no good. The Oranges will be coming out on offense, though. They're going to run the ball to start things off, and they're going to pick up like 9 yards. 2nd and inches now from the 16. We go, Otto. On 2nd and inches, he's going to opt to pass the football. He's got plenty of room to run. It's going to get picked in the end zone. But there is a flag on the play. I believe it's on Oklahoma State, meaning that instead of basically losing, Syracuse is now going to be right on the goal line at the 1-yard line. Dang. Otto runs it in off of the mistake. Pistol Pete is going to worry about that one. So now Oklahoma State and Pistol Pete will have to respond with a touchdown. This thing's going down to the wire, but what more could we ask from our final 4? Pistol Pete has thrown 2 interceptions this game so far. I think Syracuse wants another turnover. Pistol Pete, after the 3-yard rush, is going to have a wide open man. The Oranges are swarming, and they are going to pick up the first down. Syracuse is lucky that that one was not in for the score. Pistol Pete out there looking mysterious on the camera. Don't know why he's trying to be mystery, but what will he do on 1st and goal? We got quads over there on the right side of your screen. It's going to be a direct QB sneak though, and he's going to get it in for the score. Oklahoma State comes back on offense. He is going to get drilled to kick off double OT. A loss of 8 yards on that sack now. Does Otto finally want to lock in and secure his massive land? What is he able to do on 2nd and 18? Quarterback's going to slide at the 30, making up a 3rd and 15. Syracuse can get a stop. They do open up the door. Pistol Pete opts to go play action, and he's going to get sacked at the 39-yard line. So now Oklahoma State will bring out their kicking team, and they just got to hope that Syracuse doesn't score a touchdown. Time to see if Pistol Pete is clutch. It's a nice kick. It's slowed down. It looks like it's in, and it is good. So remember, we did have a missed kick to force overtime. Will we have a made one here? Syracuse. Kick is up, and it is good, meaning triple OT. Syracuse comes right back onto the field. What do they cook up on 2nd down? They're going back to the read option. This time, Pistol Pete cannot find himself in the backfield. Pistol Pete messes up on defense, but will they be able to convert on the 2-point conversion? That's all that matters. We alternate from here. It's going to be a direct QB keeper, and he's going to sneak in. I thought he was going to fall just short, but now he comes back out. We go to 4th OT. Pistol Pete manages to stay alive, but will we have to need 5th overtime? Got a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. He's got a man, but it is going to be good. Once again, these could go either way. It is a margin of inches. Otto's doing take the L. That hasn't worked out for past teams doing it. Otto takes the snap. He's going to have space, and it's going to be incomplete. Syracuse is out. Pistol Pete moves on. He honestly could have scrambled and potentially picked up the 2-point conversion with his feet, but the awareness is not there, meaning Pistol Pete claims all the land. All of the land is being painted orange. And let me introduce y'all to your final 3. And with how the map is set up, if UAB or Texas gets spun, Oklahoma State will have to go right back and defend their land. But what will the attacking arrow land on? It's actually going to be Oklahoma State being on the attack. And they only got 2 options to choose for. UAB or Texas will get an automatic pass to our final 2. This might be one of the most important directional spins of our video. They can't go north, so we go again. Is this getting intense? Maybe. UAB is going to be getting attacked. That means Texas gets a free ride into the national championship. They've had an easy run, I'm not gonna lie. We will see what happens. Will Blaze get the stop he needs, or will Pistol Pete dominate? Lots of running room, gonna pick up the 1st down. Gonna get up to the 13-yard line. 2nd and 10, gotta find an open player. He does on the comeback. And now we're on the 5-yard line, 3rd and 2. Can the Blaze get a stop? It's going to get batted down, so yes, they do. Kick is up. It is ice, but you ain't missing from there. Not with a 99 overall kicker. So that means that now, if UAB can score a touchdown, they will find themselves in the national championship. All you got to do is go 25 yards. Going to take the snap. It looks like they're opting to go for the run. They're going to pick up 5 yards, so now 3rd and 5. They're going to opt to pass. Blaze, will he pick up the 1st? He's got a man. Gonna be incomplete though. That means triple OT. Now we just alternate 2-point conversions. We go back and forth until we find a winner. And what better way to find our competitor in the national championship? Blaze is gonna go ahead and run, and Oklahoma State gets the stop. If the Cowboys punch in their 2-point conversion, that means they will be finding themselves against Texas. Can Blaze clutch up on defense? That was not a good play call for your 2-point conversion on offense, but now the defense gets an opportunity of their own. It doesn't matter though. Pistol Pete versus Hook'em in the finals. It's not even fair when it comes to the land, but our wheel spin will decide our home and away teams. Remember, the team that gets spun will be the away team. So this is a moment you probably don't want to see your team get spun. Spinning the wheel, we've got 2 teams left. It looks like Texas will be needing to invade Oklahoma State's land. meaning Oklahoma State's got home field advantage. So these two teams have very different stories. On one hand, Texas really has been quiet. They competed a bit and beat UTSA, but Oklahoma State has had to defend their land twice in OT now. They're trying to do it for a third time. It is time to crown our college football 27 Mascot Imperialism winner. It's a long title to it, but one of these teams will be left standing claiming our entire map. Let me know who you guys think is gonna win, Texas or Oklahoma State. Texas is gonna open up the scoring. They're gonna go on 2 possessions. Oklahoma State comes right back. If Texas can keep the 2 possession lead, they're gonna be chilling though. 21-10, 21-13 now. 24-13, let's jump into the action. It's obviously gonna come down to the wire. Both teams wanna win the national championship. Oklahoma State currently has the ball at Texas's 48-yard line. They only have 1 timeout remaining and they are currently down by 5 points. Oklahoma State is gonna find their man though, and that brings them to the 20-yard line. Does Texas have what it takes to clutch up? 1:35 on the clock now. It is beginning to tick down. Oklahoma State has 1 timeout left. They're not choosing to use it. We're under 1:30 now. Empty backfield for Pistol Pete. Will he become our mascot mashup champion? He's gonna throw it to the end zone. That's gonna be incomplete. Can Hookem clutch up on D? Gonna take the snap. Has some pressure back there, and this one's gonna fall incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. Given the scenario being down 5 points, Oklahoma State will go for it on 4th down if they face it. Pistol Pete, you gotta make something happen if you want to be crowned the winner. And that one's gonna fall incomplete. So Texas and Oklahoma State comes down to a 4th and 10. It does not matter. If Oklahoma State cannot pick up 10 yards, Texas would be your national champions. It's come down to the wire, and I appreciate you guys staying this far in the video. Pistol Pete takes the snap. He's got a man. It's going to be incomplete. And congratulations, Texas. Drop to a knee as you are our national champions. Oh my, they had a quiet run, but that's the strategy part of imperialism. So with that, I just want to say thank you for watching all the way through this video. If you guys enjoyed, consider subbing, but also check out this video right here because YouTube says you're going to love it.